highly doubt it. But Miss Trunchbull... Oh, do shut up, Miss Honey. You're as wet as any of them. If you can't cope in here, then you can go and find a job in some cotton wool private school for rich brats. When you have been teaching for as long as I have, you'll realize it's no good at all to be being kind to children. Read Nicholas Nickleby, Miss Honey, by Mr. Charles Dickens. Read about Mr. Wackford Squeers, the admirable headmaster of the Do the Boys Hall. He knew how to handle the little brutes, didn't he? No, he didn't. He knew how to handle how to use the birch, didn't he? He kept their backsides so warm you could have fried eggs and bacon on them. My God! A fine book, that, but I don't suppose this bunch of morons who we've got here will ever read it, because by the look of them they are never going to learn to read anything. I've read it, Matilda said quietly. The Trunchbull flicked her head round and looked carefully at the small girl with the dark hair and deep brown eyes sitting in the second row. What did you say? She asked sharply. I said I've read it, Miss Trunchbull. Read what? Nicholas Nickleby, Miss Trunchbull. You are lying to me, madam, the Trunchbull shouted, glaring at Matilda. I doubt there is a single child in the entire school who has read that book. And here you are, an unhatched shrimp sitting in the lowest form there is, trying to tell me a whopping great lie like that. Why do you do it? You must take me for a fool. Do you take me for a fool, child? Well, Matilda said. Then she hesitated. She would have liked to have said, yes, I jolly well do. But that would have been suicide. Well, she said, again, still hesitating, still refusing to say no. The Trunchbull sensed what the child was thinking, and she didn't like it. Stand up when you speak to me, she snapped. What is your name? Matilda stood up and said, My name is Matilda Wormwood, Miss Trunchbull. Wormwood, isn't it? The Trunchbull said. In that case, you must be the daughter of the man who owns Wormwood Motors. Yes, Miss Trunchbull. He's a crook! The Trunchbull snapped. A week ago he sold me a second-hand car that he said was almost new. I thought he was a splendid fellow then. But this morning when I was driving that car through the village, the entire engine fell out onto the road. The whole thing was filled with sawdust. The man's a thief and a robber. I'll have his skin for sausages, you see if I don't. He's clever at his business, Matilda said. Clever my foot! The Trunchbull shouted. Miss Honey tells me that you are meant to be clever too. Well, madam, I don't like clever people. They are all crooked. You are most certainly crooked. Before I fell out with your father, he told me some very nasty stories about the way you behaved at home. But you better not try anything in this school, young lady. I shall be keeping a very careful eye on you from now on. Now sit down and keep quiet. To be continued.